Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Find Out What's in Pelenta's Forest. I have an exciting show lined up for you tonight, so get yourself a glass of tea, that's what I'm drinking right now, or a glass of water, and spend the next few minutes with me. Remember, don't believe everything you hear, do your own research and check your facts. Tonight's background music is Marvin Gaye, Distant Lover, Tina Marie, Cupid is a Real Straight Shooter, and Gerald Levert, I'd Give Anything. And as soon as the Gap Band brings us on in with the party train, we are going to get started with some real news. And man, do we have a show for you tonight. We have lizard people, planes flying without gasoline, and couples donating millions and millions of dollars. Everybody all aboard. Anybody wanna take this ride? Be sure to get your ticket. Hurry, don't you miss it. And everybody's got to stand in line to be sure that you will be right on time. Everybody, come aboard. Everybody, come aboard. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ow! You know what? I swear, I don't know why I do that, but I swear to you, I can't help it. It feels so good. I'm going to do a separate video of the making of what's in Pelenta's Forest, because I'm not kidding. This little backdrop pyramid triangle thing, I'm telling you, it is spitting out some kind of electric energy or something. If you go back and watch episode 11, there is a scene where I'm talking about the billy goat face, human baby, whatever. And there's, I can't remember if it's like 12 minutes in or 10 minutes or whatever, but you can see where this little orb just goes zooming down like, hey, watch me, nobody's paying attention, I'm just gonna zoom on by. Go back and watch it, it's there. Anyway, getting into some real news, it's a big bang, and it's not a theory. You're gonna flip when I tell you this. That's good tea. I made this. It's green tea with no sugar. All right, getting started. Check this out. A couple donates $185 million to University of California, San Francisco, neurosciences. $185 million? Who are these people? How old are they? And where do they get this money from? You're probably saying, who cares? They donated the money. I'm nosy. I want to know. So listen to this article. A Sonoma County couple said they will donate $185 million for a new neuroscience institute at the University of California, San Francisco. This is the largest donation in the school's history. I should have saved that for last because that's some good darn news, but I had to talk about that first. That's absolutely incredible. And you know what? Not only would I like to meet these people, I would like to get some kind of an instrument and examine their heart. I don't even know how their heart could fit in their chest. Their heart has got to be the size of my house. $185 million. God bless these people. That is absolutely incredible. I just had to share that. So, moving right along to some more news. Now, this is serious news, but, I got to make a joke about it. So, here it has UCD study finds estrogen helps women's brain health. Well, first of all, they have a picture of 3 red-faced Rhesus monkeys. Look at that. Do you see that? So the first thing I think of is, okay, so when we don't get our estradiol, we get hot flashes. We get a red face, like a monkey. We get angry. We get red flushed face, like a monkey. If you give us a pill and a banana, we'll shut up and behave. Okay. I just had to say that. But on a more serious note, listen, it says research on the rhesus monkeys at UC Davis suggests estrogen therapy may benefit postmenopausal women's brain health, but the therapy remains controversial. Why? Because it still poses an increase for cancer, stroke, and blood clots. You know, you see these commercials, and you know where I'm going with this. Every time you see a commercial, it says, well, for instance, right now, there's a big lawsuit with what? Abilify, the pill for depression. And it's a lawsuit right now because you take Abilify, and all of a sudden you want to have crazy sex and gamble and do all kinds of nonsense that you wouldn't have done if you weren't on this pill. And they say that the benefits outweigh the risks. Well, how do the benefits outweigh the risks if I'm... what was I saying? Do you see where I'm going with that? How do the benefits outweigh the risks if you're flipping out and doing crazy nonsense? I want to get rid of my migraine headache, but at 2 in the morning, I'm walking down the street butt naked with a banana stuck up my butt. What they need to do is figure out how to give us pills that are going to make us feel better and not give us side effects. Or better yet, how about stop poisoning our food with aspartame, MSG, high fructose corn syrup. Let us eat good food, get healthy, get off pills, and then we won't have side effects. Can I get an amen? Okay, I'm just going to move right along here before I get on the big old soapbox. Moving on to some super cool stuff. I've been dying to talk about this. This is so neat. The solar plane completes Pacific leg of journey. This is so awesome. Now listen, a solar-powered airplane on a mission to fly around the world landed in Silicon Valley, completing a risky 3-day flight across the great expanse of the Pacific Ocean. Now, the pilot, Mr. Picard, the first thing I thought of when I saw his name was Picard was Jean-Luc Picard from Star Trek. But he said that this is probably the most fantastic experience of his life. And he even flew over the Golden Gate Bridge, and you could see all the spectators down there just screaming and waving, ah! But with this solar plane, I just want to ask you, how do you feel about the solar plane? Because the plane, of course, it flew at night. It didn't land on the ground during the day, land at night and only fly during the day. But when it flew at night, it flew from the energy that it stored during the day. So how do you feel about this solar plane? Would you trust to fly in that thing? I mean, if in fact it turns out that the solar plane is an option to get you somewhere, how safe would you feel? And if a regular plane was going to cost you $1,000 to go to Hawaii, but the solar plane was going to cost you $200, would you take the solar plane? And I have some questions. What about the turbulence, the weather? And I also think about back in the days in school when you'd make the paper plane and you would throw it just so and see how far it would coast before it crashed. Okay. Moving right along. Oh, this is a good one. Remember the show, the TV series V, the lizard people disguised as humans. Well, V didn't stand for victory, and it didn't stand for vendetta. What it stood for was, we are coming to eat you very slowly. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, and you know, if you walk in the circles of the paranormal, you know, they talk about reptilians and big praying mantis people and stuff like that. Do you believe in reptilian people? Well, after this, it might make you raise an eyebrow because, listen to this. Lizards share sleep patterns with humans, according to scientists. Until now, it was thought that features of human sleep, such as rapid eye movement, were only seen in humans and birds. But now a study of the bearded dragon, which is a popular pet, suggests that these distinctive sleep rhythms emerged hundreds of millions of years ago. I always wonder, where do they get these hundreds of millions of years ago statistics? Who comes up with that? You know, and then look back at all the Egyptian, you know, the hieroglyphics and all that stuff. They always had these serpent gods and these big staffs with these big old serpents around them and the big bird, long noses and all that kind of stuff. You know, but anyway, the sleep phase of humans and birds are very distinctive, involving cycles of deep, slow wave sleep, followed by awake-like brain activity and rapid eye movement. Search that and check it out. One more thing I want to get to here is, this is cool and interesting, falling in line with the reptilians and the aliens. Did you know that there is enough gold in the Earth's crust to cover the entire land surface up to your knees? Did you know that? Is that a trip or what? So just imagine, every time you walk somewhere, gold is up to your knees. Now, back to the aliens. So do you think that aliens are coming to Earth to mine gold? Wow. I don't know. What do you think about that? I don't know. Well, you know, it's something to think about. And check this out. Are you addicted to your microwave oven? Do you like microwave popcorn? Or do you still use the traditional Jiffy Pop on the stove? Or do you have an air popper? I still have an air popper and I use it. It still works and the popcorn actually does taste better. Well, after you hear this, you might think a little differently about standing in front of your microwave and peering into it as you watch your popcorn pop, pop, pop. The microwave was actually invented after a researcher walked by a radar tube. He had a chocolate bar in his pocket. You know what happened? It melted. I didn't know that. You see, there's so many things that we have on this planet that are invented. And lots of times we just go with the flow. We don't bother to investigate or think about these things. You know, it's like, it's here. Okay, we'll just take it and use it and no big deal. But when you start to investigate and you start getting information and finding out about these things, you start to wake up a little bit and then you have that aha moment. And then you're going, oh, that seemed really cool. But now, I don't know if I really like it too much. Well, here's a bit of good news. I thought this was really neat. Now, this is old news because it was in the March 22nd newspaper, but how cool is this? A 9-year-old boy went to see a Bruce Springsteen concert, and he was there. Of course, Bruce Springsteen, you're at a concert, you're going to be up all night. Well, guess what Bruce Springsteen did for this 9-year-old boy? He wrote him a tardy note to give to his teacher. That's just adorable. How could you not like that story? And you know, I always have to end the show on something funny. I always like to end the show on good news and funny news. That was the good news. Well, here is the funny news. First of all, peanuts are one of the ingredients in dynamite. So I would like to know, which ingredient is it? Is it the igniter? Is it the main trigger switch? If you shove enough peanuts in somebody's mouth and light a match, are they going to blow up or what? I don't know, but it falls right in line with the grand finale. Check this out. It's a lactose intolerant fart fact. If you farted consistently for 6 years and 9 months, you would produce enough gas to create the energy of an atomic bomb. P.U. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for this evening. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed yourself as much as I did. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Please go to my website and buy my book, PelentaArtForrest.com. Angels Passing Through. It is a good read. You will love it. And on that note, I will see your beautiful faces next time on Find Out What's in Pelenta's Forest. Carlos Santana is going to take us out with Yeropa, Earth's Cry, Heaven's Smile. I am so very grateful for everything. God bless you all. Thank you. I will see you next time on Find Out What's in Pelenta's Forest.